Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a little bit about my experience with dehydration and its effect. Now, dehydration is real, people. It may not appear just as in the cartoons with the characters seeing a beautiful oasis out in the distance and can never reach it. Or, it doesn't have to be someone that's working outside or doing any outdoor activity and they're just sweating profusely. It doesn't always have to happen in that way. And the reason I say this is because it happened a little different for me. For me, it was dizziness, feeling very tired all the time. My blood pressure went down very low to the point where it was like 88/56. Headaches and stuff like that. So I know people say listen to your body, but sometimes do you really know what your body is saying? I guess the important thing is that once you start having certain effects that you go see a doctor, because if you don't know what your body is saying, your doctor would help to figure out, like, cross out the what's not happening and figure out what is happening to you. But anyway, so I had a journey of actually thinking, paying attention to myself where drinking water is concerned, because there are studies that show that the human body is made up about anywhere between 50 to 60% of water. So the body is made of water. The earth is made up of a large percent of water as well. So we do need to replenish our bodies, because we lose water in different ways. We lose water from peeing, from spitting, from sweating, different things, apart from like illnesses such as diarrhea, vomiting, and fever. We lose water regularly, so we need to put it back. And dehydration is when the body doesn't function well because it doesn't have the amount of water that it needs to function properly. So yeah, so that was an experience for me. It was very strange because I didn't know what was happening, and my ideology of dehydration is not how it actually happened to me. So our body does need a certain amount of electrolytes, so we should not drink too much water, but at the same time we shouldn't drink too little water, because like a typical water bottle, which has like 16.9 ounces, one of these would last me a whole week. Could you imagine that? Where it's 16.9 ounces in one of these. So I think the recommended amount, they say, is 8 glasses, and or 8 cups, and there is 8 ounces in a cup. So 8 times 8, that's 64. Sorry about my math. I think that's 64. So 64 ounces, 8 cups per day, approximately the amount that we should have. And if we're talking about these size bottles, which is a typical size that's sold in the grocery store, there are smaller ones and there are bigger ones like the Smart Water, but this is a typical one that you would usually see. So if that's 16 ounces, so we need about 4 bottles of these. Not that I'm recommending, utilizing plastic, because I know we need to take care of the earth so it lasts longer for the next generation. But just as an example, if we're using that size bottle, it would be about 4-ish that we'd have to drink per day. So yeah, if we don't hydrate ourselves, we'll end up with serious complications. We'll send our body into shock, or worse, we might die. So I just strongly recommend hydrating. So do hydration to prevent dehydration. And to kind of piggyback on the whole dehydration thing, there are times when we are spiritually dehydrated as well. So in times like this, we might feel fearful, have anxiety, depression might set in, stuff like that. So just as how we need to rehydrate ourselves, our physical body, we need to do the same with our spiritual health. We need to do the same. So by doing so, reading the Bible, prayer, fasting, just meditating on the Lord and focusing on His goodness and stuff like that will help us to be stronger, so that when we are in certain situations and we need to call upon Him, we won't need to be searching to find out where He is. So that's all I have or would like to talk about today. I hope you tune in for more. I know in my introduction I mentioned that I had a life-changing event. The dehydration experience was not the life-changing event, but stay tuned and you'll hear more. To ensure that you hear more, you hit that bell. Alrighty, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.